Hello, this is Crazy Wildcat, and today we're doing, as the video would suggest, Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood. For those of you who don't know the Call of Juarez franchise, it's a Western-based game, started, I'm not totally sure when, made by Techland. And the first one was a bit cheesy, reminiscent of a lot of Westerns of past years, I guess. But this one, they took a change for the better. The graphics improved a lot. The gameplay mechanics are quite a lot better. For one thing, your guns don't break down as in the older one they did. Like, they just deteriorated, so. In this one, you start out as Ray or Thomas, and you play through them as pretty much through the whole game. Some levels will only allow you to play as one or the other. I think that's only 2 levels, but the storyline starts in Civil War. So, you are fighting on the Confederate side, but you eventually leave to save your farm, which you don't really. So, your mother ends up dying, and you end up taking on your little brother with you guys wherever you go, and you pretty much become outlaws. So, trying to find the lost treasure, or treasure of Juarez, so fairly interesting storyline, nothing too groundbreaking. And, yeah, as far as choosing who to play, I generally choose Ray. I like the gun-toting kind of person. Thomas can't tote the 2 pistols at once, which is kind of too bad. But he gets throwing knives and the rope, and can use the rope to climb to greater heights. And he can climb a bit, and Ray doesn't really. He's kind of your heavy class, I guess you'd say. And yeah, the Reverend brother, like your brother who's a Reverend, you can't really, well, you don't play him at all. Billy, that's his name, I believe. But anyway, yeah, the storyline pretty much is that he's disturbed on how far his brothers are going into the outlaw world and wants to save them, and eventually you'd be surprised who becomes the Reverend. But enough said, don't want to give too many spoilers for those of you who still haven't played the game. It's like 2010, I believe. But yeah, as far as violence, of course, it's violent and gory, so not the top in gore, but still enough to make it M. And there are some sexual connotations and innuendo, so if you're sensitive to that and language, you'd probably be best to stay away from it. Although you can turn off the voice volume, as I have done in this particular gameplay video, so it's all about your choice. And here we're going into the gunfight. And the gunfights, they change up the gameplay a little bit, as you'll see. Here you start kind of in third person, you can circle around, kind of, as goes the cliche for Western gunfights. You want to keep you control your hand with the mouse, you want to keep your hand relatively close to the gun, but if you go too close, you'll kind of gesture away with his hand, your hand will go further away. That can be problematic if it's getting close to the end of the gunfight. Of course, once you hear the bell, you move your hand closer, you whip out your gun, and hopefully you're within range to shoot him. Okay, here we got past that, so we go and collect some more cash. And you'll see that board right there, you just slap on some dynamite, you go back, because it's already lit there, and you wait for it to explode. Then you can go open your chest and grab your money, which is useful in the stores where you can buy different firearms, better firearms, get some cool stuff. Eventually, one of my favorite handguns was kind of lever action handgun made by, I think it was the first gun Smith & Wesson made, if I'm up on that gun's history a little bit. Fairly cool. Like, I forget how many shots, but it was pretty good. And yeah, you can change from shotguns to rifles to sawed-off shotguns to even a sniper rifle on this game. Okay, here I'm going out to find a horse again. And horses are useful for just crossing large amounts of terrain, of course. You can fight off your horse, as you can see, shooting, and, well, as you saw in the beginning of the video even. You can shoot the enemy's horses, they can shoot your horses out from under you. Yeah, the shooting your hat off the head is kind of another one of those cliches that actually doesn't happen, but Yeah. Oh, there you just saw concentration mode load up. And yeah, you just click Z and you can kind of mark it execute type deal. It works fairly well. It's kind of neat to add it in, but... Well, one thing that's interesting is aiming with the dual pistols is kind of auto-helped, whereas the rest of it isn't. And the one thing they could have added that would have been better would have been iron sights. The game's about 10 hours long, so not a lot of content. But if you're like me and just like the West kind of thing, and playing a video game that takes place in the Wild West, you'll like it. Okay, here I'm buying the shotgun. It's, what is it, Prime, I think? And here I just switch out my quick shooters for Prime Rangers. The quick shooter, one thing that's nice about it is that you can reload it quick. These you reload by a bullet at a time, those you just kind of use a quick loader type deal. And these don't shoot quite as fast either, so. And here's the demonstration of the shotgun. Close range, it's fairly good. It has some distance to it, so. And then there's your dynamite. Yep, right there as well, and it packs a bit of a punch. I didn't use a lot of it because I guess I just got hung up on the gun gameplay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and God bless, and hopefully we'll have another one for you.